My 22F boyfriend 24M has Tinder. Okay, I've never felt so confused in my life. This is what happened. I've been in a relationship with this guy for 11 months, and things have always been great. We spent the entire day together yesterday, and started watching movies in the evening. He felt asleep, and the screen on his phone lit up with a Tinder notification. I got mad instantly and woke him up to confront him, but his response shocked me. I'm on Tinder, but I'm not looking for any kind of encounter. I've always been loyal to you. On my profile I invite people to match with me if they have some kind of issue that they would like to talk about and they don't have anyone to do it with. So I like every profile. Okay, so I thought this was complete bullshit, so I asked him to show me the app, if that was the case. He agreed. He had over 200 matches, not only with girls but also with guys, and as far as I know he is straight. I asked him to show me the conversations, which he agreed to do. He wasn't lying. What I saw were many people telling him about the death of relatives, of pets, or them losing their jobs, etc. I'm completely lost on how to feel and what to think about this, and would really appreciate some external opinions. Thanks. Too long did not read. Boyfriend has a Tinder account where he only talks to people that tell him their problems, not a single sign of cheating, don't know what to do. It's a little weird, yeah. But harmless I guess. What I would take some issue with, is that he never told you. That's the thing that strikes me as a bit off. I mean, if he has hundreds of matches it'll take up quite a bit of his time and he obviously enjoys helping people. Now OFC, you're not obligated to share everything you do with your partner, however it is kind of implied that you share interests, hobbies, or other things that generally keep you busy. Mostly because, well, you want your partner to be involved in your life, really. So that's what I'd ask him about. Not a red flag or anything, just kinda odd. Get him on Reddit, haha. It's kinda nice, a lot of people find comfort confiding in a stranger. He just sounds like an oddly nice guy. It's extremely odd, I'll give you that. But if all the evidence has been given and supported then. Sounds like he's telling the truth. If he wants to give advice, suggest our relationship_advice. It's perhaps the perception of that app which is causing the conflict. The fact that he was transparent and didn't fight with you about it is a good sign. That is actually really sweet. As long as the conversations aren't sexual I say let him be. Weird but honestly a super wholesome thing to do. Tinder might not be the best environment, although it seems to give the possibility to chat about all kinds of things without a romantic purpose. It sounds like he's in it to be supportive and frankly I think that is a wonderful trait. He showed you his chats to ease your mind. So it seems you have an empathic boyfriend who is honest and genuinely likes to help people. Personally I would stop questioning him or your choices in this matter and congratulate yourself on your good fortune. God, I have never used Tinder. Can people really just be friends on a hookup app? If he really wants to make friends that way, tell him you want him to make a combo account with both his and your names and pictures. Yeah, those accounts are ad nauseum but it is sure way to kill a boner. You can delete conversations on Tinder. I think your initial reaction to seeing the notification was normal, but his story totally checks out and is a nice thing to do. It can be hard to calm down after getting upset, but this is a case where nothing seems suspicious despite the emotional rollercoaster it made you go through. Is he interested in a career supporting people? His experience doing outreach on Tinder could be super useful in some non-profits offering support services, for example. If he likes this kind of stuff a lot, he could also be a good candidate to eventually become a therapist of some sort. I can't help but wonder, how did you two start talking? If he has a history of using his savior's complex to create romantic relationships I would also feel a little sketched out. At best he's just trying to help other people and didn't see it as something relevant to tell you. That may indicate a communication problem or that you two simply have different definitions of need to know information. You can help people on Reddit. You don't need Tinder. And some people are proficient liars and delete the bad stuff. I wouldn't trust him tbh. Whatever he is or will cheat on you. Don't listen to his rubbish. Don't stay in denial. He's on Tinder. For friends. Please. Honestly, I think that it's awesome that he does this. I would have killed for someone to let me talk to about my problems at one point. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I try to be an outlet for friends to vent to about problems and such because at one point I didn't have anyone and went down a bad path. Honestly, I think what your boyfriend is doing is awesome. I understand your concern, but just clarify that he needs to be more upfront next time and honest at the beginning. I would nope the fuck out of the relationship, but that's just me. Woman shrugging, light skin tone. Even if he has good intentions, it's just weird as hell that he didn't tell you, especially with how Tinder is seen as a hookup app. Why risk your relationship like that when there are other outlets to give people advice? Super disrespectful to your relationship and crosses a boundary. Emo. When I see people on Tinder saying they are not there for hookups and that they have a boyfriend, I immediately feel so sorry for their SOs for being so gullible. Tinder is a dating and hookup app mainly. Literally hundreds of other places where he can help people with their problems. What doesn't he join a therapy app or listening app instead of Tinder? A point I haven't seen made about why Tinder and not some other place is that Tinder is the place where many people end up when they are emotionally vulnerable. Maybe he saw this in the past and decided that he could help these people who got on the app looking for a hookup or similar, but that really just needed someone to talk to. First and foremost, it's 100% possible he has the best of intentions. However, I think it opens up a weird dynamic with strangers who are looking to hook up. Does his profile say, "I'm a guy in a committed relationship. I love to listen to people's issues and have been told I give great advice"? That might be a little more kosher. Also, it's embarrassing to have people come across your boyfriend on Tinder. That kind of bio helps. Make him delete his account. I don't know how other people aren't sketched. It's like going to a pizza place for a salad, or a fried chicken place for their shrimp. It just doesn't make sense. I don't buy his excuse. Nobody goes on Tinder just to talk. Maybe I'm just cynical person, but I don't buy it. Tinder is a dating, hookup app. I had an ex pull the same shit with me, trying to tell me that he was on it to find friends. Turns out it was more than just friends. Just be cautious, op. I was going through a period where I wanted affirmation from helping people. I'm fairly good at connecting with others, listening, and being a sounding board. But with too many, it may also be part of something greater. I was diagnosed recently on the bipolar spectrum, and part of that is the manic episodes of wanting the dopamine of praise from others. OMG, thank you for helping me. You're so great. Less than that part of it is not helping me, and actually takes away from the intimacy with others in my life. #armchair. Ignore me, what do I know? Just a rondo on Reddit. Smile with a halo. Bumble has an option for making friends. Having Tinder is weird. Even if he's justified all of it, it clearly makes you uncomfortable and really brings up some worries. He's grown and he knows Tinder is a dating app. He didn't do anything wrong besides maybe lying by omission because he knew how it would look, and if that's the case, I think you should just have a conversation about why he never decided to tell you. 11 months is a long time to go without mentioning you're on an app made for dating, no matter what you use it for. Edit was supposed to be a reply to another comment but is fine as a standalone. It's a weird app to use, but I guess if there's no reason to distrust him, then okay. Sounds like a decent guy. I'm just taken aback by the choice of Tinder over maybe Bumble, which has a friendship match, or something. This is kinda weird when Bumble has a friend option. This seems like he did a nice thing, but you need to have a serious conversation about transparency. I think the best thing to do is to say, I would prefer you being transparent, because a lot of times the lying by omission can hurt more than the action. Like, yes, having a Tinder to make friends is a little weird, but not that bad, especially if he allows you access to the conversation. I would simply say, I appreciate you being honest and transparent with me after I found out, but I need you to be transparent beforehand. Also, please consider things from my POV. If you found me having a Tinder with no context, you would be uncomfortable as well. I think what you are doing is nice, but please just give me a heads up next time. It doesn't sound a whole lot different than being on this Reddit sub and commenting to things people post here. Tinder is considered primarily to be a hookup app, so maybe there's a bit of guilt by association. The important thing here is, do you trust your boyfriend or don't you? Maybe you need to cool down a bit and then continue this conversation with him at a different level. If you still disagree with him being on Tinder, that's legit. But accusing him of cheating right off the bat is a good way to wreck your relationship. Like a lot of people posted here, I think this dude is actually a good dude. Fucking lucked out with this one. He was honest with you and he is doing nothing wrong, if anything he's doing good. As someone who genuinely enjoys helping people, listening to people's troubles and giving them support, even strangers. I genuinely contemplated setting up my own account for this purpose after reading this post. It's a great idea to offer support. Why do most people go onto dating apps? In my opinion, 2 reasons. 1, they want something sexual. 2, they're lonely. If people are feeling low and using Tinder as a vice, what a more perfect moment to stumble across a genuine human offering support. Not everyone who uses Tinder are there for dating or hookups. Same for Instagram, isn't purely for selfies and to show off your life. To me, when conversations are nothing sexual, it seems it's almost akin to him speaking to strangers on the street or on a bus or taxi ride. Do you or would you really find an offense to that? Personally, if he can let you show his Tinder conversation, it meant he really has nothing to hide. This would be a red flag for me as a guy. Tinder is known as the hookup app, so him downloading it could spell trouble later. And why would he download it in the first place? He's also gaining other people's trust by being their ear. When a guy gains a woman's trust, they are more likely to sleep with them. I would give him an ultimatum and have him delete the app or you leave him. If he wants to help people, he can volunteer his time in a soup kitchen. Tinder isn't a therapy app. Get him on Reddit lol. An unusual platform to do it on. But honestly a great one to do that on. Seems to me there's nothing wrong with this and you should be happy to be with such a great guy. Well, the title had me thinking he was cheating, but his total transparency with showing you his profile and his conversations leads to me thinking he's telling the truth. If his profile has something along the lines of saying he's not there for romance and is just there if you need to talk, then I'd say he's probably telling the truth. It sounds like he's seeking validation from strangers, which is a slippery slope. I'm sorry, but downloading Tinder to help people is not normal behavior. It sounds like maybe he wants to feel needed. Some people have caregiving personalities and seek validation in the form of helping others in order to feel important. This doesn't seem healthy to me. Sounds like he's using it like social media. Tinder for him is not like Tinder for other people. Also, is he good looking? If he's not in the top 10% of guys in looks and success, no one's going to swipe on him. Almost all women can get laid on Tinder, but most men on Tinder don't and are just window shopping. So the important thing is whether he's getting matches for hookups. If not, then there's potentially no danger. But if it still bothers you, and he likes to help people, Reddit is good too. Bring him here. Suggest it to him. Tell him to come here. He will have fun. And if he needs more cringe, there is Amith asshole. I see nothing wrong as long as it's just advice, not to mention a lot of people are on Tinder for friends. I see his side, but all I want to ask, is there a better app for this? I want to talk to random people too, but don't want to use a hookup app to do so. Well, just take some time to process and ask him questions about this if you think of any. Take the opportunity to discuss things about your relationship and values that you haven't, perhaps. Have you asked him how long he's been doing it and how much time a day he does it? Have you asked if he shared details about your relationship or acts more like a professional shrink? Is there a separate reason you have to think he has cheated at all? Yeah, at first I was like, he's definitely cheating, but this had an unexpected twist. I guess an issue would be why didn't he just tell you? But yet again, no partner takes well to, I have a Tinder account. He seems to have good intentions, but Tinder really is an odd spot to be doing this in. Though I could imagine that a good handful of people on Tinder are seeking distraction from their daily struggles. For once, I also don't know how to feel about this. He's sweet. But Tinder. I'm sorry, but I'm just as stumped as you are. Worth having a convo with your boyfriend, definitely. To me it seems like all the evidence points to him telling the truth. It's a bit weird but actually pretty wholesome, and it shows the guy you are dating is a good, friendly person who is willing to talk to and comfort people he doesn't even know. Personally, I wouldn't be worried about this considering he was honest to you and there is no evidence that he was planning on cheating. Apps like Tinder are not only for hookups and dating, people use Tinder for finding friends and people to talk to as well. Wolfie have an issue with you doing the same? If not, no problem. Not sure why this is a problem for you. He has been open and honest. He sounds like a decent, caring man. Lucky you. I really don't want to give you any bad ideas, but conversations can be deleted on Tinder. That being said, if he was 100% open about showing you the convos, if I were in your position I'd believe him. He's doing a good deed. Tell him to sign up to be a listener on 7 Cups. Plenty of people there that need a comforting hand.